Welcome to the Warframe Weapon Encyclopedia, where today we're checking out the Dual Camas Prime. Now, since this is a primed weapon, the only way to get it is to assemble it from its primed parts, which you can either get yourself by opening specific relics or by buying the parts from other players. However, since relics are rotated in and out quite frequently, I will leave a link to the official Wikipedia website in the video description, so you can check it out and see which relics you want to go for, or if they're even available at the time of you watching. The Dual Camas Prime are a pair of Mastery Rank 8 dual swords that do primarily slash damage with some puncture and then a tiny bit of impact on the side. They also come in with really good attack speed, solid crit chance and very high status. These are a massive upgrade over the standard Dual Camas, sporting twice the crit chance, an actual good crit multiplier, much higher status and significantly higher damage. Now, as far as the build is concerned, I think this is a good example of how sometimes gimping your status can be beneficial. Because while we're running a relatively straightforward scaling hybrid with Blood Rush for the crit and Weeping Wounds for the status, I'm running unranked dual stat mods. This isn't always worth it, but if you're running Weeping Wounds and the weapon has enough base status, it's actually a really good way to balance slash and viral so that you proc far more slash and a lot less viral. And also, if you're running the Naramon Focus School, so you're not worried about your combo decaying all at once, you can actually take out Drifting Contact and either put in Primed Reach to get a little bit more range, or actually a lot more range, or even something like Healing Return to get a lot of healing. Or alternatively, if you want a little bit more upfront damage, you could run Buskill or Carnis Mandible and then run fully ranked dual stat mod so you have a lot more oomph on the initial hit. I would personally recommend Primed Reach so that you have a lot more range and you can cleave through more enemies with every swing, because this weapon doesn't really need that much more damage. It does more than enough to absolutely demolish the star chart, fly through Nightmare missions, Fissure missions, all the sorties, and even arbitrations and Steel Path. It basically does all the things you would want a melee weapon to have. This is a good example of what happens when you have a good weapon class, in this case dual swords, which are pretty much by default really good since the stances for dual swords are really good, and you combo it with a weapon that just has the right numbers. Though mind you, the numbers here aren't crazy, like the crit is okay, but it definitely could be higher. It only has a standard crit multiplier, and the status, well, that one's pretty good. 25% is very solid. Also, on top of that, the weapon isn't crazy popular, so the Riven disposition tends to be relatively high, and since the stats aren't super crazy, it's pretty much nerf proof. So if you're looking for a solid pair of dual swords that do more than enough damage to go through pretty much the entire game, the Dual Camas Prime are a good choice. And that is pretty much it. So I thank you very much for watching. As always guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video and found it helpful, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.